Hey, there we go. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. Bro, I love your style. You got
Ah,
that
cool. Hey.
denim shirt on. Love that hat.
Hey, well, I was getting on a video conference call with David Lecco, so I had to make sure I was, dressed to the nines for him.
Yeah, that's funny. What do you got behind there? That's pretty awesome too. It's like a rope.
Yeah, it's just, well, my roommate over here, I'll give him the credit. So, yeah, he picked this out as some kind of I think it was like a big lot. So, like, okay, that's fine.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Hey, thanks for, this is really cool, actually. I'm gonna chalk this down on my bucket list of talking to a CEO of DealMachine. You know what I mean? So,
Oh,
this is
man.
really, really cool. I appreciate you, giving me some time to talk to me, I guess.
Oh yeah. Don't get too carried away, but I appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm excited about talking to you. You've done some deals, right?
Yes.
Or
So,
at least one deal with DealMachine so far.
so I've done two through
Awesome.
DealMachine.
Yeah.
So the badge, when it asked me to, I guess log in a deal, it only allowed me to have that one, at least to get that badge going. And then I put in a second one in after that.
Cool.
And I actually have a third one in the works right now. So
Oh, amazing.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I really do appreciate the app. It's a lot of genius behind it. It just seems so simple, but it's so just instrumental in what I'm doing as far as wholesaling is concerned. So
Thank you. Thank you very much for saying that. You've obviously got to put in the work for the app to work. So I'm anxious to hear how you did that. And I think that your story can inspire others that are listening to this.
oh, I got other people listening to me, or you're okay?
I'm recording it. Yeah. And if you're cool
All
with it, I'll put this on our YouTube channel so they can see.
Oh, I'm totally fine with it, man. I'm
Awesome.
a ham in front of the camera, so no worries.
I love it.
So where do you want me to start? Just just when I started using DealMachine, period, or?
Yeah, I think so. You're first of all in Tampa, Florida, right?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. So what motivated you to get started in real estate, living in Tampa, Florida?
Okay, so
Yeah.
my professional background, I'm actually a registered nurse.
Okay.
I've been a nurse now for 10 years, and I've worked in healthcare for 15. So I've been around the block
Okay.
as far as, a professional background. And I just was always around, doctors and other, just kind of high ranking officers in the hospital system. And, when we talk about, in night shifts or whatever the case is, we talk about, oh, where are you placing your money? A lot of my doctor friends who are around my age, I'm 40. So a lot of my doctor friends were talking about real estate, and that's how they're kind of making their money work for them.
Wait. You said you're 40?
I'm 40 years old, man.
No way, dude. You don't look at all close to 40 years old.
Hey, I appreciate that. It's just, hey, the secret is just loving life, man. Loving where you're at in life and just smiling all the time.
Oh, man. I think you're right.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you got to adopt that mindset and be very, very grateful. So, yeah, I was around the docs, and the docs were telling me, well, what are you doing with your money, Rodney? I was like, oh, I got my 401ks. I've got some money stashed here off to the side. And they're like, well, you should start looking into real estate. And, it was never really on my radar. It was never anything I really understood. So I gave it a try. One of my doctor friends that I was really close with, he talked to me about, this whole concept of wholesaling, not having to use, the concept of wholesaling. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this knows the concept of wholesaling.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of the best way for me, at least to stick my big toe in first.
Yeah.
Going all out in the whole real estate investment space. So that's how I got into real estate. A bunch of doctors, believe it or not, got me into it. DealMachine, the app itself, was something that just kind of popped up a lot in kind of Facebook groups, Bigger Pockets, of course, and just like real estate. Like RIA meetings and stuff like that. So, I kind of asked kind of my peers around, like, what are you guys using? Is there something easier than just a pen and a pad? And they said, yeah, use DealMachine. So David, here I am, I got your app, and, 2 deals later, I'm in love with it, so.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so where'd you start driving once you got the app? Like, where'd you go? How'd you know where to go?
So, I think with a lot of, newbie wholesalers, myself still included, you just kind of like, just go in your own backyard. And so I'm in Tampa. So I knew where the spots were, kind of like where people were kind of like blowing up, So I kind of went there, and I started off with, taking the pictures and whatnot. And, setting up the frequency of my mailers and whatever, just getting used to the app itself. But then I got smart, and as I went to these RIA meetings and talking to more of my peers, I started understanding about reverse wholesaling, and going to the areas that obviously my buyers were marketing and kind of fishing. So I went over there and just turned on the app, and boom.
Oh, great. Well, so how did you find those areas? Did you just kind of ask around at the RIA?
That's exactly what it was. I know a lot of people, they have like, targeting, how to target their markets and whatnot. And they have numbers they can look at and a bunch of different, resources and tools to determine it. I just went old school, man. I just went to my buyers. I just asked them, hey, man, what do you want? Where are you looking? Where have you bought your last house? And, are you looking to buy something of that similar size and whatnot? Again, reverse wholesaling it. And I had a buddy of mine who was a landlord. He called him the slumdog landlord, but he told me that he said, go out to this certain area outside of Tampa. It's still within Tampa Bay. It's like, it's in Pasco County, Hernando County areas, which is kind of on the outskirts of Tampa. And he said, there's not a lot of people, fishing there yet, but, there's a lot of properties and opportunities over there. If you go over there, I guarantee you'll find some stuff. So I went over there, turned on my DealMachine app, and just went hunting.
Oh man, dude, I love it. So how many deals total do you have in the system now?
Whew.
Any idea?
Yeah, I do. So I have about 630 plus.
Nice.
Now it shaved off a little bit, mainly because of how I, set up the frequency of the mailers and the duration of the mailers and whatnot. So it shaved down to, I think I'm down to like the 400s, but at one point I was up to, 630s or whatnot. So
okay,
I was busy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's incredible. What were your, take me through that first deal. Like, what'd you notice about the house? And then what did that person have to say when they gave you a call?
Okay. So again, I went to where my buyers, an area my buyers told me to go. And it was a neighborhood that I just started one neighborhood at a time, just kind of kept on going as I, drove the area out. So the house that I found was, that classic, distressed looking home. It had, the grass that goes up to, your knees. It had, chipped off paint, the gutters are kind of falling off a little bit. The garage door was kind of off hinge.
Yeah.
So you kind of knew.
Yeah, something's off there.
Yeah, there's either someone just doesn't care about it, or there's somebody in there and they can't really take care of it. Whatever the case was, it was a deal. So I just parked my car up to the side and, acted like a quick ninja. I rolled down my window and it took a quick snapshot of it. And, my duration, my duration was already set up. However I wanted my mailers to go out is already set up. And I got a phone call probably about, how you get that notification that, your mailers are going out. Be prepared for a phone call from your seller, So I got that notification. That was cool. And I would say, not a week, not that early. I would say maybe about 2.5 weeks into it or whatnot. I got a phone call from the daughter of the owner of that home. And it turned out to be, it was sort of a vacant house. The mother she was elderly. And she was in and out of the hospital. So the daughter decided to take her in.
Oh, okay.
So the house was just, unkept. She was a widow. There wasn't, any kind of money that she probably had was going towards her health care. So the daughter was just, in that sandwich gap of having her own kids and having to take care of her mom. So she was like, I saw your card. Yeah. She was like, I saw your mailer. I saw the picture on there. So I know someone had to have taken a picture of the house right there. And, the conversation is, led to an eventual contract and then.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, especially if you see a house that looks like it was built in, like, say, the 60s and it's not been updated for a long time. I mean, most likely there's an older person who lives there that might fall into a situation like that. So just the fact that the house is distressed, even if it's owner occupied, can be great deals. And obviously you found a great owner occupied deal there in that example.
Yeah.
But I like mentioning that because so many people actually neglect the owner occupied homes. because we always hear, you know, go for absentee owner. They don't know what's going on, etc. But there's a lot of people that are owner occupied that need help.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think if you spot it, I mean, don't, you know, just go after it. I mean, the app itself is so, you know, in this case, impersonal, because you can just take a quick picture of the home and, you know, you just never know. I mean, those mailers are going to get to those people. And in my case, you know, they actually have a picture, you know, the picture can be put on that postcard, obviously. Right. So I think that's what really helped out. I've heard it twice now in those deals that I got where, hey, look, you know, someone actually took a picture of that. Was that you? And I was like, oh, you know, it probably was one of my team members that took a picture of that home. But, you know, I think it kind of gave them that wake up call to, you know, there's someone that actually looks at their house and says, you know what, you know, my house actually looks bad in the neighborhood. And if they see that on the postcard, then it probably wakes them up a little bit. Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I think that personal touch has them call you rather than somebody else sending your piece of mail. That's been my experience.
Yes. I think that's, yeah, exactly right. Again, there's the picture of the home. And then when they actually have a conversation with me, you know, it's that personal touch. I think, you know, we live at such an age where, you know, technology is a blessing and a curse. And when you kind of go back to that old school mentality of just talking to someone and just, you know, probing and stuff like that, it works out to your advantage.
I love how you just went to the meetup, you asked where people are buying, and you took that and you ran with it. Because so many people can get bogged down in like the numbers or obsessing over like, am I going to the exact right spot? And it's so refreshing to hear that you just talked to somebody, you followed through on what they said, and it worked out great for you, right? Like what were your spreads on those 2 deals that you've done so far?
So when you say spread,
your profits, what was your profit? Yeah, from wholesaling those.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for explaining that one to me. So $15,000 so far.
Okay. And those are combined. Were they both like 7,000?
So the first house was a $5,000 deal. The second house was a $10,000 deal. And then the third house, everything works out well, is another $10,000 deal. Yeah.
Oh man, it's just going up.
Yeah. I'm shooting for it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. Good so anyone that's watching it, you know, this stuff is real deal. I mean, here's a little registered nurse who had no idea about real estate. And, you know, I just went out and did some, you know, massive imperfect action, and I'm making some dough. It's good to go.
Yeah, you are. What are you doing with the money? Like, I guess, are you going to reinvest it, or do you have something that you need to buy?
So you know, there's a Shaquille O'Neal video going out that talks about how he just a very simple way of how you should divide your money up in quarters and whatnot. So, you know, I'm not going to talk about it, but you guys can look it up, Shaquille O'Neal and investing. But I'm investing back into my business. Obviously, I have some virtual assistants now that are helping me out. They actually, your direct mailers and their skip tracing and the way that you guys skip trace and the telephone numbers that pop up from it too, it helps me out with my cold calling. Mm-hmm. So, you know, the direct mailers plus the cold callings, you know, stacking it up helps me out with getting those leads. The other thing is, obviously I want to, you know, get enough of a big nest egg to, you know, do my own flip and buy it for myself. And hopefully, you know, do my own flip or in eventual rentals and stuff like that. So that's kind of a long-term goal for me. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. That's great to hear. I love it when people talk about rentals, because that's what I always wanted to get into real estate for in the first place, was the rentals, to get the passive income.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, passive income's nice, man. I had another person, another friend of mine. She was a COO of a skilled nursing facility, and she had like 6 rentals up in like the Tallahassee area, like Northeast Florida. Yeah, she was just killing it, man. And she was 40 years old, and she was just chilling out. I was like, man, how do I get to your lifestyle? So
she could probably quit her job at that point.
Oh, she didn't need it.
Right.
She didn't need it. She was just doing it for just boredom. I'm like, why?
Well, sure, you need something to do. Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
good for her. That's great. Yeah. Well, Rodney, I'd love to give you've got a great hat already. I'd love to give you a discount to go get a free DealMachine hat if you want to, or we've got some other swag like phone cases, stickers, you know, whatever you might want, if you want that. So I'll text you that link. It's just kind of like a little celebration with you from us about the deals that you did.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. DealMachine all the way, 100%.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, man. Congratulations to you. What are you doing next? Are you just going to keep, is your goal to quit nursing, or is this to build extra income so that you can invest more money into like rentals?
So, okay. So believe it or not, there's probably a lot of people who just shaking their head at me, but I went full time into it.
You quit your job already?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, I did. I have it's like
wow.
part-time. So it's like, it's called as needed, or PRN.
Okay.
So, if I want to, I can go and stick needles in people if I want to. But at this point, it's just, really, going 100% in, burning the ships behind me if I want to take over the island and stuff. And it's really worked out for me. And I think the current trend that I'm on right now, it's going to, the goal that I have as far as, investing in my first house on my own and flipping it, getting my rentals, it's going to happen a lot quicker than I first imagined it to be. I didn't think this would ever happen to me, and it's happening. So,
oh man, I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to be a small part of it too. You've done a lot of the work, and it's just inspiring for me to see. I need to go get some more deals myself. I got to go get seventh.
I'm sure you'll get them.
Seventh property. Yeah.
How many?
I have 5 rental properties. I just purchased
Amazing.
my 6th that I live in now. Thank you. And then, so I'm looking for the 7th property.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you and just a lot of people who are doing this, who are paving the way on the technology side, kudos to you guys. You're making, people like me, our lives easier. Like I said, the technology is a blessing and a curse. And in this case, it was a big time blessing for me. So, keep pioneering this stuff, man.
Thank you so much. We will. We've got some exciting news coming. A lot of people wanted to like bulk import their leads from other places. So we're going to come out with that soon. And then also we're going to have like a feature that tells you some property information on the map before you even add the property. So it should even speed up, whatever's important to you. Like if owner type is important to you, you could select that to be displayed over the parcels, so that you can tell before you even add the property.
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, that'd be so convenient. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, we're working on that. So those are coming probably 2-3 months down the road.
Awesome, man. Well, keep paving the way and making life easier for the guys like me, man.
Appreciate it. All right, Rodney. Well, I've got to jump to another call now, but I'm going to put this on our YouTube channel. We'll reach out once it goes live, and I'm going to text you over the link for the hat.
Hey, I appreciate it. Hey, can I do like a quick screenshot? Can you give me one of these? All right, here you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it, man.
No, do it again.
Okay, hold on. You ready?
Ready. All right, I got something.
That's the man. Yeah, just text it to me. I guess you have my number now.
Yeah.
Hey,
all right.
Keep in touch. This is really cool that I get to talk to the CEO of a great app. So it's really cool, man. So keep in touch with all of your fans. Okay.
That's right. Hey, while you're on here, Desmond is who I'm doing a call with next. How you doing, Desmond?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing, David? Had a little technical difficulties, but I'm good now.
Oh, you're good. I was just actually finishing a phone call with Rodney, and we just did a similar call about a couple deals he's done.
Okay, cool.
Hey, what's up, Desmond?
What's going on, man?
Just living the life.
Hey, I hear you, man. I love making good money.
I'll talk. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, man, Desmond, enjoy the app and kudos to you with your real estate investing business. And David, thank you very much for being a pioneer, man.
Hey, thank you so much.
You have a good one.